Yeah, PRONATEC was founded in 1976, and since then is very active in the trade of sustainable certified raw materials. Roughly, we are divided into 3 business areas. The first business areas are sugars, which are mainly sourced through a partner organization in Paraguay. The second and also largest business unit is cocoa. So we're supplying from cocoa beans to semi-finished products, industrial chocolate couvertures, up to private label chocolates, quite a wide range of cocoa or chocolate products. And the third business unit, the one I am responsible for, is vanilla and spices. Besides vanilla, we do also supply products such as turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, or cloves. In addition to quite a wide range of products, we offer a variety of organic and social certifications. On this slide, you can see the key figures, the exported volumes. Here I would like to emphasize that all these thousands of tons of products all are at least organic certified, and the majority of it are also social certified by either Flow Fairtrade or Fair for Life. So now you should all see the map of Madagascar and some information about our sister company, subsidiary Premium Spices, with which we are collaborating since 2010. In Madagascar, we are working with 5 smallholder organizations. These are our farmer cooperatives. They count approximately 2,300 certified farmers. In total, in terms of vanilla, we are exporting something around 30 to 40 tons of vanilla per year. And as I've mentioned before, we do also source and supply other organic products, other organic spices, such as turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and up north, we also have a small cocoa project. So let's start with the vanilla process. It is quite a long and extensive process, which requires really a lot of manual work and even more experience from the local farmers in Madagascar. Holding your vanilla pot sample in your hands, you will now see how complex it is to get such a beautiful final product. The vanilla blooms in the months of September to December. And since there are no bees or hummingbirds in Madagascar, as there are in Mexico, the country of origin of the vanilla, which can take over the pollination of the orchid, this is done by hand by local farmers. The flowers of a single vanilla plant blossom one after the other, but the flower opens for only very few hours at a time. Afterwards, it withers again. During these few hours, the flower is pollinated with a wooden stick by lifting very carefully the flower stigma and pressing the pollen onto the tip of the stigma. So as you can see, even the pre-harvest work in vanilla is extremely complex and requires a lot of dedication. Maybe a short story about my own experience. The last time I was in Madagascar, I was allowed to try this technique myself, and my success was rather limited. So after the third squeezed flower, the farmer wanted to take over the work again. After the extensive pollination, ideally the fruits grow on the orchid in the form of green vanilla pods, as you can see on these pictures. The harvest of the green vanilla pods takes normally place in July, with the start of the harvest date being every year officially set by the Malagasy government. Normally, pods with a length over 16 centimeters are harvested, and all harvesting is done exclusively by hand. The pods are collected in traditional wicker baskets and then transported to the central processing site. At the collection point, they are weighed and pre-sorted. In order to close the cuts on the plant heads, the green pods are then first stored for 3 to 5 days. After that, the farmers sort them according to their degree of maturity, as the pods then are processed differently. So let me ask you a question, or I take a look to my colleague. Do we have any questions so far?
Right now, there are no questions so far.
Good, then we'll continue with the next slide. What now follows is, a little spar treatment. A classical fermentation process in the end is responsible for the formation of the typically round and intense Bourbon aroma of the vanilla pod. This hot water bath initiates the fermentation. So the green vanilla beans are immersed in 65-degree hot water for about 3 minutes. And as I've said, on one hand, this activates the required fermentation process, but also suppresses some biological activity. For example, it suppresses the building or the growth of mold. After that, after the hot water bath, all pots are wrapped into blankets and then put into wooden boxes where they sweat for about 48 hours. After this little sauna session follows an alternation of sun and shade drying. During sun drying, the pots are spread out on blankets under the sun for about 1 hour every day, and this process for about 3 weeks. Below on the right, you can see that the blankets with the pots are then rolled up again and usually stored under the sun for another half an hour. The process helps to keep the temperature in the pots very high and also promotes the further development of the vanilla flavor. Once the humidity of the pots is around 50%, the pots are sorted lengthwise and are further dried on shelves in the shade for about 1 month. To support the development of the flavor, the pots are daily checked and are also given a hand massage several times. By the end of this process, the vanilla beans are already black and flexible. What now follows is called the fine sorting. So from October to December, the pots are sorted according to their final export quality. We have black or gourmet grade pots, which is the one you have received as your sample. We have red industrial grade qualities, or so-called fondue or split qualities, which will be used mainly for extraction purposes, or also the vanilla cuts. Depending on the quality, the pots now have a moisture content between 25 to approximately 36%. Non-split gourmet pots are grouped into bundles of 250 grams, while all other qualities are packed as bulk in cardboard boxes of 20 kgs. With that, the refining journey is finished, and what now follows after some paperwork, or after quite a lot of paperwork, the export to our own vanilla warehouse in Konstanz in Germany follows. From Germany, the pots are either sold directly to you, to our customers, or further processed into one of our vanilla semi-finished products, which I will present shortly on the following slide. I take again a look to my colleague after I've explained the main refining process. Do we have any questions so far from our audience?
No, not so far.
Great, then we can move on. Exactly. So as I've said, we either supply the vanilla pots as so-called raw materials, but for industrial use, of course, any other vanilla semi-finished products, for example, vanilla powders, which are mainly used by chocolate or bakery customers, then rather or a bit more sophisticated technically products, vanilla extracts, and for the tea industry also tea bag cuts or coarse cuts also produced out of the vanilla pot. And at this stage, I would like to emphasize once again, we do only sell vanilla coming from Madagascar, so it's the Bourbon quality, and it's all organic certified. Yes, so with that, I'd like to thank you for your attention, and as mentioned before, I would be available for any questions. If not, you can also write us an email sometime later, and we're happy to answer your questions and to move on with our business relationship. Thank you very much.